Today, we're exploring the world of trickery, deception, illusion, and artistry, and why some people love to immerse themselves in a reality where nothing is as it seems. Now, that sounds a bit sinister, but I can assure you that these people are professional fun makers. They're artists and entertainers who decided a long time ago to never let go of childhood delight, when everyone else around them kinda did.
Vincenzo Ravina is a self-described actual wizard who's able to blend illusion and artistry with great skill. Not only do his tricks and magic defy reality, but he's been able to turn deception into a full-time career.
Cheers.
Okay, Vincenzo, are you born a wizard, or do you become a wizard?
Well, for me, I was not born a wizard, but I've been interested in magic for as long as I can remember. When I was a kid, me and my family loved going to this restaurant in downtown Halifax where there was a guy who had a long white beard and purple robes and like a wizard's hat, and he would go table to table doing magic before your food came. And my family and I just loved going to see his magic and experiencing mystery, and I got interested through him. His name was Dave Moon. I started going to the library, picking up magic books, getting magic kits, eventually going on the internet and learning magic, and so I've been doing magic basically since then.
But I do notice that your wardrobe is slightly different.
I'm a much younger wizard, so I haven't graduated to full robes and white beard. I can't grow a white beard yet, but I'm working on it.
Oh my gosh, so one day you will be that guy.
Yes, yeah.
That's amazing.
It's going to take me a couple hundred years probably to work up to that. But.
How does it work for the transition to professional wizard magician?
Right, well, when I was in, I guess, junior high, I started doing magic at like talent shows, and then I was doing birthday parties, and then I sort of went away from magic for a while, and I was doing, writing, journalism, school. I went to Korea to teach English, and then when I came back, there's a local magic club, the Halifax Magic Club, that I joined, and I just started getting back into it, and I realized that like everything creative that I wanted to do, I could do through magic. And so I started creating my own material. I had a piece that I submitted to the TV show Penn and Teller Fool Us.
Yeah.
And they liked it, and they wanted me to come out to Vegas and do it on Penn and Teller's stage. And after that experience, I was like, well, I guess this stuff is pretty good. So I started doing it more professionally.
And you have a little kiddo, right?
Yes, I have a 3-year-old named Edie.
Oh, so what does Edie think of your job?
She's learning about the magic that really exists in the world, like giraffes, and less of the magic that doesn't exist in the world, like her father making things vanish.
Yeah. What does the giraffe represent?
Well, like I said, it represents magic in this world, because if you were to show a diagram of a giraffe to a scientist, say, the scientist would say that there's no way that a giraffe can fly. And yet every day we see giraffes buzzing to and fro in our gardens pollinating flowers. Makes you think.
I think I'm confused. Am I the only one confused? Can you
I think
explain,
so.
please?
Giraffes, they fly.
How do giraffes fly?
Magic? It's also the symbol of a secret society. You can join it if you wish. The Society of the Polychrome Giraffe.
If I say yes, does that mean that I'll understand how giraffes fly with magic?
Yeah, you'll definitely understand.
I feel like we're going to be touching back on this later on today, aren't we? Wow, that is so cool. Can you tell me what your sort of typical day as a wizard magician is?
If it's a day where I'm kind of writing the show or coming up with new magic, then I'm sort of thinking of impossible things that I would like to do and ways that it's possible to do them, or I'm reading about magic and finding ways to do impossible things and then writing stories to fit that. I've got like a list of pie in the sky ideas for magic tricks that I would like to do someday. Like right now I'm working on wish granting. I think it would be like the ultimate form of magic to be able to grant wishes like a genie.
I have a 6-year-old myself, so I would definitely love to learn some magic and you know, maybe go home with a couple of tricks if that's okay, because I know magicians don't really like to give up their secrets all the time today.
But I can show you something.
So this is where the magic happens.
This is where it happens.
Sorry, I had to. You can't not say it, right?
Of course, you have to.
It's the perfect circumstance.
So you want to see something?
Yeah, I'd love to.
All right, so we've got these 3 cards. We've got 2 black cards and 1 ace of diamonds. So this game is called Follow the Diamond. You just have to follow the diamond. Ready?
The red diamond. I'm just watching the red diamond.
You're just watching the red diamond.
I can do that.
I'm going to mix up the cards. You tell me, where do you think the red diamond is?
There.
Okay, that's the ace of clubs. Do you want to take another guess?
There.
Okay, that's a good guess.
Yeah.
Right here is the ace of spades.
Yeah.
And here we have the ace of hearts.
Oh,
Ace of diamonds.
no, you did not.
It's here.
How did you do that? Are you serious?
Yes.
I was standing right here this close the whole time.
Would you like to learn how to do that?
Yes, I would.
Okay. What you need are the 4 aces, of course. Okay. And this one you're going to put somewhere where you want it to appear.
Okay. So I have to hide it?
Yes, exactly.
Do you know what? I just need to change my top
Oh, okay, sure.
because there's nowhere to hide it in this.
Oh, nice.
Ta-da! Does this make it official?
Yes, you are now an actual witch. You want to be a witch or wizard?
Ooh, a witch. I like it. I like it a lot. I haven't learned any magic yet, but I feel like this is really going to help.
Okay, this is going to help a lot, yes.
Okay, so I'm hiding this.
Exactly.
Oh, I see why you wear this. It's very convenient. Perfect
Very
size.
deceptive, yes. Then you make the ace of hearts look like a diamond with the other 2 cards right on top like that.
That is so sneaky. So simple and so sneaky.
Hold the cards like that.
Okay, Vincenzo.
At a glance, it looks like the ace of diamonds.
Yep, so do you see the ace of diamonds?
I do,
All you have to do is keep your eye, oh, whoa. Okay, all right, it's harder than it looks.
That's okay.
Keep your eyes on the ace of diamonds.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna turn the cards over. You don't suspect a thing. And I just want you to follow that diamond. Okay, which one do you think is the ace of diamonds?
I think I know where it is. It's here.
Oh, sorry, sir.
Ace of spades.
It's okay, you have 2 more chances.
Here?
It's obviously in here somewhere.
Gotta be.
Oh, it's not there.
Well, it's gotta be this one.
It
That's the only
must
one
be,
it
right?
could
Unless... Ha-ha!
The
What do you
ace
think
of
about
hearts.
that?
Where's the diamond? Where is
Well,
it? Where did it go?
it's right-
Is it? Oh
right
my
here.
gosh, you're an actual witch. You truly are.
Thank you. Right?
That was
pretty good,
That was
right?
great. Yeah. Thanks for showing us.
Do you have any other tricks that you can show me?
Absolutely. We just need a member of the audience.
Vincenzo, we're alone in the theater.
That's where the giraffe comes in. Is there anybody out there who wants to help with this?
Oh, pick me!
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you so much for coming up. My name is Vincenzo Ravina, actual wizard. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I have playing cards. Heard of them?
Yes, I
Great.
have heard of playing cards.
I'm going to have you just take out a card.
Okay.
That one right there?
Yep.
Okay. Hold that thought. I'm going to get out this bag for our protection, and I'm going to ask you to place your card back into the deck anywhere you like.
Am I supposed to look at it first?
You know what? Maybe.
Okay.
Take a look at it.
And I'm supposed to remember
Memorize
it? Okay.
Don't show me.
Got it.
That was a good reminder for me.
I'm here to help, Vincenzo. Wait. Yeah, okay. I remember it now.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Mix up the cards as much as you like.
Okay. Do a real shuffle?
Yeah, real shuffle.
Oh, okay, I can do that.
You're going to lose it in there.
Yep.
And then once it's all lost, do you want me to find it the very special way or the very common way?
Obviously the very special way, please.
Okay, fantastic. I'm going to use a very special rope.
Where did that come from?
Around my neck.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to show you what's so special about this rope, okay? If I hold it like this and I wiggle this end also wiggles. Are you seeing that?
I am seeing that.
If I hold this end still, this end also goes still. You
Yes.
seeing that?
Yep.
This is a very special rope. Everything that happens at this end happens also at this end. You do not have a rope like this at home. The cards are ready to go.
Okay.
The cards go into the bag, and one end of this rope will go into the bag as well, like so. We're going to use this end to find your card.
What?
Going through the cards one at a time. I found your card.
Okay.
I'm going to tie a triple knot around it just to make sure we don't lose it. There we go. I think we've got it. Everything that happens at this end happens also at this
Oh my
end.
God.
One card
What?
is knotted at the end of the very special rope, which would be pretty good even if it wasn't your card.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Let's keep that in mind as I ask you this next question.
Okay.
What was your card?
It was the 6 of Hearts.
The 6 of Hearts? The 6 of Hearts.
Oh my
We
goodness,
got it.
what?
We got the 6 of Hearts. It's a very, very special rope.
How did you do that?
Special rope.
You are an actual wizard, aren't you?
Some say it is true.
Okay, that was crazy.
I have proof. My business card, Vincenzo Ravina, actual wizard. You can have that.
Stop it.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
In good health.
Wow.
Do you need one for your child? Husband?
Yes.
Enjoy.
You're not going to tell me how you did that, are you?
Magie.
After going behind the scenes, I expected to lose my sense of wonder, but I'm more awestruck than ever. Vincenzo has made it his job description to defy the ordinary every day. Now I'm off to Yarmouth to meet another master illusionist of an entirely different variety. How's this for a bit of magic?
Greg Britton makes unbelievably detailed miniatures. But when I went on his Instagram account to check him out, all I could find were photos of full-size antique furniture and houses. Can you guess where this is going? They weren't full-size! Greg's miniatures are so lifelike that looking at them makes you feel all Alice in Wonderland weird. Like reality might not just be what it seems. He's a magician with wood and glue and paint and polish. Greg took time creating his current life, working in management, then training as a cabinet maker, before finally finding his way to this historic property that he and his partner now call home. Greg, I'm in awe right now.
Lots to look at.
Lots to look at. I guess I should have expected this, but I'm in shock. So I think, obviously, you need to tell me what this is all about.
So this is one of the first pieces that I made, actually when I lived in an apartment. And because I'm from New Brunswick originally, I've really been inspired by a lot of the furniture that I saw at King's Landing.
Oh, yeah.
So there were a lot of cabinet makers that came here from Scotland and England and Ireland in the early years and set up shop and started producing wares. And this sofa is a copy of a piece that was made by Thomas Nisbet, who was a cabinet maker who lived in St. John. And he made some of the finest pieces of furniture that ever come out of the Maritimes.
Where were you in life when you were at home making this?
So I'd gone to school when I was 40 and took cabinet making, and I loved it. I loved working with wood and being able to create things of beauty out of noble materials. And at that point, I was living in an apartment and had no access to a full-size wood shop to be able to make these things for myself. Mm-hmm. And one day I was just browsing on the internet and I happened to come across miniature rooms. They're called the Thorn rooms. And Narcissa Niblack Thorn she was the heiress to the Woolworth fortune in the States. And she commissioned a number of room boxes in various architectural styles, representing places that she and her husband had traveled in Europe and in the United States.
Wow, because she could.
Because she could.
She's a Woolworth.
And she had all of the best artisans of the day make the rooms, the paneling, the fixtures, the furniture, the silverware, everything inside of these rooms. And I had never seen anything like that before. You know, when I thought about doll houses, I thought about, Fisher Price and things that are made out of plastic. But I had never realized that miniatures was a very serious hobby and for a lot of collectors. So when I looked at that, it just occurred to me that why can't I make those things? And I don't need a lot of specialized tools. I don't need a large shop. I don't even need a lot for materials. Little bits and pieces of scraps that a woodworker would normally just throw away is more than enough to make a bedroom suite. That's what started me. And I just, I had some files and an X-Acto knife, and I just started tinkering away at the kitchen table and making furniture pieces. And this piece right here actually came out of that. I didn't use any lathes. I didn't use any fancy saws.
Oh my gosh, and it is...
It was all just...
I mean, look at this. It is absolute perfection. I can't believe this is one of the first pieces that you made. I mean, that is a sign that you're supposed to be doing this, right? That's incredible.
So I was able to just take, this book shows me what the measurements of the original are. And from that, I was able to work backwards and scale it so that it was a copy of it. I did make a couple of changes. You see on the seat rail here, this is upholstered, and on this one, I've left it as wood with a couple of inset panels just to create some visual interest.
Nice. I can't tell from photos of your work if it is like life size or scaled down. It's crazy.
I'm glad to hear that. It's one of the things that inspired me the most when I first started, was seeing those rooms that looked like they were real. And if you get right in, and the rest of the normal size world disappears, and you focus just on that room, if you can make it look like it's the real thing, then that's when it really gets exciting.
What is the moment that gets you most excited about doing it? Because obviously you love making the furniture, but is it like those photographs that you take or the little videos afterwards where you're just like, I've done it, I've tricked them?
I enjoy that part of it when I take the pictures and I look at them on the phone or on the computer and send them to other people who don't have access to the real house. That's exciting, but at the same time, I've collected furniture for a long time, and our real house is full, and
I noticed.
I can't collect anymore. So what gets me excited now is being able to create a room and fill it full of pieces that I can't have in real size.
Oh my gosh. So you're scratching your collector's itch by making more furniture.
It's my version of downsizing.
You do realize that these doll houses take up quite a lot of space though, don't you?
That's true.
You are going to have to limit one day.
Yes, that's true. The doll houses themselves take up a lot of space. It's really popular though for people to create room boxes. For somebody who doesn't have space to put a full-size house with a suite of rooms, to just have one single room that's representing something like a kitchen or a bedroom or a parlor, and be able to sit that on a shelf or put it in a corner on a table, much easier to manage. So I think probably going forward, that's what I'm going to focus on, is creating individual rooms.
Well, now that you've whetted my appetite, I would love to get up close and see some of the doll houses that you've made.
Sure, I love that.
Well, this is beautiful from the outside, but how do you get in?
You just open the walls. You grab that one.
The whole thing opens up. Oh! Whoa, Greg. This is next level. I'm actually kind of speechless. This is so detailed.
It kind of hits you in the face when you open it up and you see all the little things inside.
Look at the kitchen. Look at the kitchen. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what have you made in here?
So I've made all the furniture pieces, and the stove is made out of wood. The fireplace surround is done out of egg cartons. I haven't made any of the ceramics. I have a number of friends from around the world that I've collected pieces from that are artisans in their own right and make things out of various types of materials. So it gives me great pleasure to be able to showcase some of their artwork in the house.
This table, I've never seen anything like that. It even looks sort of aged and
Well loved.
well loved. Do you get in there and rearrange stuff all the time, or is this like, this is it, this is how it has to be?
Anytime that I make a new piece, I'll get in there and rearrange things, but I generally build things for a specific spot inside the house, so it doesn't need to be rearranged a lot.
Okay.
And quite often, if I stick my hand in there, I will even forget that something is in the way. I've accidentally struck the light fixtures a few times and snapped them off the ceiling.
And the light fixtures, I mean, they're all even like dim. It looks like real glass. That can't be real glass.
It's all real glass. There's an artisan in the UK named Ray Story who made most of the light fixtures in this house. He's a glass blower. All of the shades are threaded and removable. All the bulbs can be changed.
So those are like hand-blown glass.
They're all hand-blown glass.
What
Indeed.
is this industry? I had no idea. I had no idea. This is no Barbie dream house.
It isn't.
This is beyond.
In fact, Barbie is 1/6 scale. This is 1/12 scale.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, and that's the biggest difference.
You'll notice even the paintings here are
Yeah.
actual oil paintings.
In the dining room, the
Yes.
painting above the fireplace there.
Yes, that's a real oil.
Who is doing the tiny oil paintings?
A friend of mine from Wales did that painting, and I asked him to make one in the style of John Constable, who was an English landscape painter. And that's what he came up with, and it's in a handmade gilt frame.
Can I pick up one of the chairs?
Sure.
The dining room chairs are so beautiful. Even the pattern on the fabric is smaller scale.
Yes. It's important that everything is in scale for it to look right.
And the wallpaper?
Most of the wallpaper is reproductions of real patterns that exist in real houses.
Where do you go from here, Greg? How do you get better than this? Do you go tinier?
No, I don't think you go tinier. It's just a matter of trying to, perfect some of the means by which you make the details. Making 4 legs for a table is obviously a lot more complicated because you've got to make 4 that match. So there's a lot of learning to be done in terms of making those things. It's just like the real furniture world. You've got to learn how to apply the finishes correctly to make them look authentic. And even selecting the wood that you use to make the furniture is important, because in full scale, the grain of the wood doesn't translate very well into scale. If you've got a piece of oak that's got a very distinct grain pattern in it, if you try to make a piece of miniature furniture out of that wood, the grain throws it off. So you've got to select something that's got a very tight grain. So for example, the floors in this house are all real wood, but they're all old growth Douglas fir, and they're all quarter sawn. So the way that they're sawn, they produce a very tight grain, even though some of these planks are only 3/4 of an inch wide. Some of them have 30 or 40 growth rings on them. So
Yeah.
that translates in scale.
Nothing is jarring when you, this is the problem about it. It's so perfect. There's no detail that is just a little off or the wrong size or something. Like, the illusion is complete.
What is it about miniatures that is so compelling? Is it about power, that I can reach my giant hand into that teensy world and put everything exactly where I want it to be? Or is it just the pure escapism of being able to build a beautiful home that doesn't require a mortgage? Either way, Greg and Vincenzo have shown me that magic is all around. You just have to know where to look.